Hello everyone, I'm Miles Tails Prower, and I'm Knuckles the Echidna. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm Knuckles the Echidna. And basically, here we are with part 1 of the Food and Beverage SCPs. No! As we told you guys, we're going to 9. Well, we never told you guys. Now, we're going to remind you one more time, because we haven't seemed to got a comment from y'all yet. Now, please comment. What Knuckles is talking about is, we asked you recently on the natural phenomenon, if you guys wanted the Mario Brothers to come on this series and react to stuff. Now remember what we said. If you guys do not tell us if you want Mario and Luigi to come back or not, before we get to part 1 of the Game and Creepypasta reactions with the new plushies, then Mario and Luigi will not come back, period. Whether you say, hey, I want them to come back, or no, I don't want them to come back. Your opinion won't matter at that point. When you see the title, when you see the title, blank and blank react to top 22 Gaming Creepypastas Part 1, and you still haven't decided if the Mario Brothers should come back or not, then you realize that you're too late to vote. Because your opinion will not matter when part 1 of the Game and Creepypasta reaction with the new plushies come out. Eggman will remind you about this one more time, as he will be the last plushie to remind you about this before the new ones come in. Now, anyways, let's go.
Censored beats in this video are classified names or locations that are withheld from public hearing and are therefore edited for legal reasons from the SCP Agency.
The SCP Agency.
In association with the SCP website.
Yep.
Secure. Contain.
Yeah.
Protect.
All right.
This video contains disturbing and violent content.
All right.
Viewer discretion advised.
Not a problem for us. A coffee machine. Yeah, awkward. But it's cool.
The SCP Foundation is a secret organization of scientists who are devoted to collecting and containing all the supernatural objects and creatures in the world for the sake of protecting the rest of mankind from them.
Yay!
SCP stands for Special Containment Procedures and their unofficial motto, Secure, Contain, Protect.
Awesome!
Items contained by SCP are classified as one of the following. They're either safe, which are items that can be reliably and safely contained and can be handled safely in the proper procedure conditions.
Yep.
Euclid, which means they're unpredictable and harder to contain than the safe objects.
Okay.
And Keter. These objects require extensive and precise containment procedures, and most Keter objects pose an enormous threat to humanity.
Oh man! That'll be very bad.
Yeah, very bad.
Top 18 Food and Beverage SCPs.
Let's get in.
SCP-1916. Object Class, Safe.
Yay!
An instance of SCP-1916 consists of 6 hard sugar confections of the type commonly referred to as jawbreakers or gobstoppers.
Wow.
Designated as SCP-1916-1 through SCP-1916-6.
Oh!
Chemical analysis indicates that SCP-1916 are primarily composed of sugar and trace amounts of common food additives and coloring.
Right.
As well as significant quantities of
They won't say it.
Each individual candy is spherical, measuring approximately 3 centimeters in diameter.
All right.
And is brightly colored in a distinct pattern.
Yeah.
SCP-1916's anomalous effects manifest when an individual candy is consumed by a human being. Within 10 to 20 minutes of consumption, the individual's weight will increase or decrease by a fixed percentage based on which candy the subject has consumed.
Okay.
No physical change in the subject's size or mass has been observed in conjunction with this effect.
Right.
The subject will function as though the gravitational field of their current environment has been significantly altered.
Yeah.
Subjects testing SCP-1916 have in certain instances demonstrated an ability to jump or carry well in excess of normal human ability.
All right.
And in several instances have proven able to escape Earth's gravitational field entirely as a result of their own physical ability.
Wow.
This effect lasts for approximately 90 minutes before gradually dissipating, and test subjects who survive the effects of SCP-1916 show no indications of any form of long-term illness.
Right.
At present, the Foundation is in possession of 738 unique instances of SCP-1916, each identical in packaging and composition. Each instance of SCP-1916 is individually wrapped and contained in a cardboard box, with the individual candies held in a plastic tray within the box.
All right.
The front face of the box features a stylized image of a child wearing a transparent glass helmet over his head and riding on the back of a Saturn rocket in outer space, emblazoned with the product name, Dr. Wondertainment's Zero-G-Whiz Moon Rocks.
Well,
Yeah. Now, Freddy and Chica, their bodies are so small that you'll see their whole body.
SCP-643. Object Class Safe.
so Silver's levitating them.
SCP-643 is a collection of 79 chocolate candies. Individual instances of SCP-643 do not appear to have notable aesthetic differences from normal chocolates, and on average weigh between 100 and 160 grams.
Okay.
Instances of SCP-643 have a much lower melting point than ordinary chocolates,
All right.
and have been observed to melt at temperatures as low as 15 degrees Celsius.
Oh.
If any portion of SCP-643 moves into a liquid state, its anomalous properties will manifest.
Yep.
While it's in a liquid state, SCP-643 will become highly mobile and will start to move to the nearest edible substance.
What?
When a suitable substance is found, SCP-643 will cover as much of its mass as possible.
Oh.
Any substance that is covered with SCP-643 will begin to exude a strong, pleasant aroma. Organisms that consume SCP-643 become instances of SCP-643-1. Instances of SCP-643-1 will possess the same desirability as any edible substance coded in SCP-643. However, note that instances of SCP-643-1 are not covered by SCP-643, which is digested normally.
Alright.
Any organism that views an instance of SCP-643-1 will attempt to consume it regardless of any previous relation. Organisms who consume portions of SCP-643-1 instance will describe the experience as highly pleasurable. SCP-643 was recovered from a freezer located inside a bakery in Jacksonville, Florida, where police had arrested 3 employees for cannibalizing their coworkers and several of the bakery's patrons.
Ew.
Agents embedded in a local police department noted that SCP-643 had caused the incidents and recovered 79 instances of SCP-643 from the bakery.
Oh.
Witnesses were administered Class C amnetics, and SCP-643 was classified as safe in 1978.
So it doesn't have no bad effects.
So far.
SCP-1335. Object Class Safe.
Okay.
SCP-1335 is a fortune cookie identical in appearance to a standard fortune cookie manufactured by Wonton Food, Inc.
Alright.
It displays the anomalous effect of releasing approximately 100 milliliters of liquid every hour. The liquid released from SCP-1335 is composed primarily of water, but contains traces of lead and calcium as well as an unidentified organic compound.
Yep.
SCP-1335 is contained at the restaurant in 19... Upon arrival, Foundation agents discovered SCP-1335 in a fountain being displayed as a genuine Buddhist artifact.
Ow.
At the time of the containment, the restaurant had begun an advertising campaign encouraging customers to come and anoint themselves with the blessings of Confucius.
Yep.
The owner of the restaurant, employees, and customers present at the time were administered Class C amnetics, and a standard disinformation campaign was established.
Alright.
Despite extensive testing, the liquid released by SCP-1335 has not been found to possess any anomalous properties. SCP-1335 contains a strip of paper within its shell.
I'm yawning.
Efforts to remove this object without damaging SCP-1335 are ongoing.
Alright.
SCP-1335 is contained in a standard safe class containment unit at site. The containment unit is fitted with a drainage system, and the collected liquid is disposed as Level 1 anomalous waste.
Tails, why'd you keep hitting me? Because you were laughing at the beeps. That's blocking off important information.
SCP-156.
That's good.
Object Class Euclid.
Okay.
SCP-156 is a group of exactly 181 pomegranate arrows.
Huh.
The number of instances of SCP-156 is constant.
Yep.
When one is ingested or destroyed, it's replaced instantaneously with a new one among the largest group of contiguous instances.
Yep.
After leaving the group, the instant will spoil normally,
What?
after which a new instance will appear.
Alright.
When all instances are destroyed simultaneously, all 181 instances will reappear randomly at the location of one of the destroyed arrows.
Oh.
Attempts to measure the time between destruction of one instance and the appearance of a new one using high-speed cameras have so far failed.
Huh.
If SCP-156 is ingested between March 21st and September 20th, subjects display no signs of infection until noon of September 21st, when all vital processes abruptly cease.
Huh?
A similar effect is observed immediately when SCP-156 is ingested after September 21st. Despite being technically dead, post-mortem examinations of subjects have been unable to discover a cause of death. Subjects appear to have been in perfect health, aside from any pre-existing conditions.
What?
Infected subjects remain in this dormant state until noon of March 21st, when life processes restart. Subjects remember little of the intervening time period, while most subjects are entirely unaware that any time has passed since their apparent death.
Huh?
Some claim to recall a pale white male face in a wilting pomegranate tree. Subjects continue to die and reanimate annually on September and March 21st, respectively, until killed by another cause. Reanimation only occurs from deaths caused by ingesting SCP-156.
Cool!
After undergoing a single death reanimation cycle, subjects begin displaying high levels of distress and paranoia as time approaches September 21st.
So you know.
Furthermore, subjects will take extreme lengths to avoid taking any sort of risk or danger to their person, even if they have displayed risk-taking behaviors prior to ingesting SCP-156. Over the course of multiple death reanimation cycles, these psychological symptoms become more pronounced. Eventually, physical wounds on subjects will begin to emulate burns and puncture wounds. Many subjects gain a phobia of dogs and dead plants after 3 to 5 animations. SCP-156 is kept in a refrigerated storage unit, 19C, except when removed for experimentation. Infected subjects should be kept within a secure storage unit unless the experiment's parameters indicate otherwise. SCP-156 came to the attention of the Foundation after the incident in Greece, after people died on September 21st, 19 without apparent cause.
Okay.
The Foundation became involved after locals reported the return of several of the dead who had been interned in above-ground vaults the following spring.
So you know how to say you only live once, but if you ate one of those, you'd be brought back to life no matter how many times you die.
Yeah.
SCP-207.
I agree.
Object Class: Safe.
Safe.
SCP-207 refers to a crate containing 24 Cola brand cola drinks.
Yeah.
The bottles are designated SCP-207A to 207X.
Oh!
SCP-207B is currently the active bottle for testing, and no other bottles are to be opened without authorization from 2 Level 4 researchers. All bottles have been clearly labeled to aid identification.
I'm sleepy.
The liquid held inside these has been confirmed to be identical across all of SCP-207 and should not be ingested outside of supervised testing.
Try and stay up, Tails.
The liquid has been classified as SCP-2071 and is to be treated as a Class 2 chemical hazard. SCP-2071 does not appear to alter with age. However, the active testing bottle should have its protective cover kept on outside of removing liquid for testing.
Huh?
Mass spectroscopy and chemical tests have shown higher than usual concentrations of caffeine and sugars, along with... The practical effect of this is when a subject drinks SCP-2071, they will effectively no longer need to sleep or rest.
Yeah!
In addition to removing the need for rest, SCP-2071 also causes an increase in motor, reaction, and psychological functions.
What?
The increase is linear in progression, with an estimated 50% increase every 6 hours. The practical application of ingestion is that the subject is able to think, react, and move faster than others who have not ingested SCP-2071.
Cool.
Mental proficiencies show the IQ of the subject to rise in line with other increases.
Okay.
However, SCP-2071 does not alter the body of affected subjects. No subjects have lasted longer than 48 hours during testing, with the cause of death varying from massive internal organ failure to exsanguation due to major artery ruptures.
Wow.
Subjects also begin to show stress after roughly 24 hours, usually making each movement extremely carefully in order to avoid accidents.
Right.
SCP-207 is stored in a waterproof locking metal container.
The key is issued to the current head researcher of Site Biocontainment Area. SCP-207 is retained inside this area at all times, and all personnel entering the area are checked for any food or drink items, in addition to any other searches required.
Right.
Any staff seen ingesting SCP-2071 are retained for future study, with all Foundation clearance levels removed.
Oh, 13, we're about to be at 9 already?
Yeah, 9 is about to come fast.
SCP-377.
Whoa.
Object Class?
Safe.
Yeah.
SCP-377 is a box of the Choi brand fortune cookies.
Huh.
The box was full when it was recovered from the remains of and has since restocked itself regularly every 12 hours.
It refills itself?
The cookies within the box are individually wrapped and are, according to all tests, completely ordinary.
Every 12 hours.
Each cookie contains one 18mm by 58mm piece of paper, on which a fortune is written in blue ink. All of the properties are consistent herein with a box of cookies from this brand.
Right.
However, the fortunes contained within each cookie are not consistent with those provided by the standard product. These fortunes appear to be specific to the individual opening the cookie and have shown thus far to be 100% accurate.
Oh, man.
Ranging from vague indications of coming success to specific predictions regarding personnel's personal lives.
Oh!
The fortunes are not, however, always positive.
Oh, no.
It's unknown whether the fortune cookies actively predict future events or in fact cause these future events to occur. SCP-377 is kept in the personnel break room, third cabinet to the left of the refrigerator. Any personnel desiring a cookie from the SCP-377 may take one and only one cookie every 48 hours
Because it refills.
to ensure that all personnel get a share.
It refills every 12 hours.
Personnel read their fortunes at their own risk. Despite the practical benefits of SCP-377, many personnel have outright discouraged the recreational use of it. Following SCP-377's prediction of the deaths of several personnel, a request was submitted to upgrade its class to Keter. This request was denied, citing a lack of evidence that SCP-377 had any actual connection to the causes of these deaths.
What? Bro, are you serious, bro?
Yeah, bro, that thing said that they didn't change it to Keter.
SCP-757.
All because they couldn't know.
Object Class?
All because they didn't know about deaths.
SCP-757 is a fruit-producing tree similar to a Prunus persica, that being a peach tree.
Not good, though.
It is 3.63 meters tall. The texture and properties of its wood are identical to a Malus domesticus, that being an apple tree.
Alright.
It's easily broken, damaged, and burnt, and its leaves are identical to those of the ordinary Prunus persica.
Peach tree.
Every dawn, SCP-757 produces new fruits, which are collectively designated as SCP-757-1.
Yep.
Growth takes 5 minutes on average, although the size of the fruit is directly proportional to the growth time. Instances of SCP-757-1 remain in place for the duration of the day, and at dusk fall to the ground and rot away rapidly.
Ew.
The amount of time an instance of SCP-757-1 takes to rot is directly proportional to its size. Human beings viewing SCP-757-1 while it remains attached to SCP-757 display a minor compulsion to consume it.
What?
Instances of SCP-757-1 are universally reported to be extremely sweet and delicious.
Right.
If a subject consumes any part of an instance of SCP-757-1, a new organ will form in the anterior of the subject's abdomen.
Oh.
The process is reported to be very painful.
Ouch.
Over the course of a week, a new fruit of the type consumed by the subject begins to form inside of this organ, causing further pain and visible swelling.
Oh.
When the food is ripe, it's forced up a tube leading to the esophagus and ejected from the mouth, distorting the subject's tissue in order to pass.
Ouch.
It almost always causes permanent damage in this passage, despite the fruit itself being distorted to some degree in the course of the ejection.
Ew.
The object regurgitated is always an ordinary, perfectly formed specimen of the fruit type initially consumed.
Right.
SCP-757 has been observed to produce the following types of fruit in decreasing order of frequency: peaches, plums, apples, pears, watermelons, bananas, pineapples, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries,
Alright.
kumquats,
Okay.
kiwi fruit,
Ignore.
lemons,
Yep.
and in one case,
Uh-huh.
pumpkins.
On holidays, possibly.
There is presently no cure for SCP-757's effects.
Wait, hold up.
The new organ is surgically removed before fruit regurgitation. It regrows at an identical rate to that of the first growth.
But how do you...
Testing to determine a physical, chemical, genetic, or foreign cause of the effects is pending.
How do you,
SCP-757 has been transplanted to a garden plot at Biosite 103, which is to be under constant surveillance.
Uh-huh.
Access to SCP-757 requires authorization from a researcher with Level 3 clearance.
Right.
The plot is cleaned of all rotten instances of SCP-757-1 twice a month, and they are incinerated on site.
Okay.
SCP-757 was discovered after several reports of people regurgitating fruit
Not funny,
appeared in a
Knuckles.
local newspaper. It was eventually discovered in the backyard of an abandoned house, and a large amount of rotten fruit was found at its base, along with several malnourished corpses.
Oh. Okay. 9 is coming up, Knuckles. Don't get mad.
SCP-2941, Object Class, Euclid.
Euclid?
SCP-2941
That's
is
a
the
first.
collective designation for an anomalous population of fruits and vegetables. SCP-2941 only superficially resembles their non-anomalous counterparts and differ from non-anomalous fruits and vegetables in both behavior and growth patterns. SCP-2941 instances possess limited sensory awareness, are capable of locomotion, and furthermore, some have shown the ability to speak, though how SCP-2941 instances manage to vocalize is currently unknown.
Right.
Under optimal containment conditions, the physical size of each instance of SCP-2941 conforms to the average size of comparable specimens in its particular species. However, rapid growth will occur when any instance of SCP-2941 is presented with verbal or physical affection, as well as any other kind of positive reinforcement. Instances will also exhibit this property when engaging in pleasurable activities. No upper bound of SCP-2941's enlargement has been shown through on-site testing and by Foundation computer modeling. Proper demoralization must be maintained on a regular basis, as any instance left alone for a period of between 3 to 5 hours will be growing at a noticeable rate. Foundation researchers have hypothesized that each instance of SCP-2941 has an innate, highly positive self-image that must be countered at all times.
Right.
A few examples of the currently contained SCP-2941 are as follows. SCP-2941-1 is a red apple that pleasured itself by rolling around in a circular path with its containment cell until researchers were able to convince SCP-2941-1 that any movement at all will awaken a massive parasitic worm living inside of it.
Which will eat it.
SCP-2941-3 is a melon and is very quickly to notice nearby individuals and will repeatedly vocalize questions regarding the quality of its roundness.
Huh.
To minimize misunderstanding on SCP-2941-3's part, researchers must be sure to always respond to each query with the statement, "You are a hideous cube."
Right.
SCP-2941-11 is an eggplant. As long as SCP-2941-11 has been under the Foundation's care, it has repeatedly vocalized only one sentence with variation.
What?
Who boo, I love you. Dash 11's morale has, through much experimentation, shown to decrease the most when addressed with the carefully enunciated response, "You should be hurled into the trash." SCP-2941 entities appear as a fennel, banana, green pepper, Persian lime, turnip, mushrooms, peach, and cantaloupe. All known instances of SCP-2941 are kept within separate and fully isolated biocontainment chambers within Site-103. Instances are provided with 4 to 6 hours of direct light from an overhead fluorescent. Each instance of SCP-2941 are checked at least 4 times a day to confirm that specimen morale levels fall within mandated guidelines. Any measurements of specimen morale levels falling above standard containment parameters are reported immediately to the current project head.
Well, I heard the fire rainbow music in the background.
Yeah, from the weather phenomenon.
That thing.
SCP-971.
Fire
Object Class Safe.
rainbow music.
SCP-971 is an old and worn delivery menu printed on a standard sheet of 21.6 centimeters by 28 centimeter printer paper.
21.
The name of the delivery service is listed as Quick and Ready Meals. No records of such business exist, and the parent company named on the menu denies ownership of said food delivery service. The menu lists the company name, a phone number, 1-800, and several different food items, each preceded by an item code. The food items are typical fast food items, including hamburgers, chicken sandwiches, chicken fingers, assorted seasoned fries, and carbonated beverages. The menu features no pictures or price of the food, and the typeface and design are both minimal and simplistic. When holding SCP-971 and calling the phone number listed, the caller will be sent to an automated menu system. The automated menu will prompt the caller to input the item codes for the food they desire,
Right.
and then for their credit card number to pay for the order.
Okay?
Once the item codes and credit card number are input, the automated system will tell the caller the total price, thank them, and then disconnect the call.
Right.
The caller's credit card will be immediately charged for the total price of the order, plus the local tax rate for prepared food.
Okay?
Once the call disconnects, about 15 or 20 minutes will pass. Afterwards, a paper bag with Quick and Ready Meals logo will appear near the caller. SCP-971-1 almost always appears when all potential observers' attention in the vicinity is diverted elsewhere. Remote video observation of SCP-9711's appearance has been reasonably successful, as it simply appears instantaneously with no visual indication of its method of delivery. SCP-9711 will contain the same items chosen in the phone menu, and all the items will be cooked and prepared to normal food safety and inspection service health standards. Aside from the method of delivery, the only other anomalous feature of the food delivered is the undefinable meat used for the listed burgers, sandwiches, and other meat-containing items.
What?
The meat used in the food is from assorted animals on the EEC Endangered Species list.
Ew.
Further DNA testing on the meat, as well as reports of sudden weight loss and muscle mass loss in animals from several zoos, confirms meat from pandas, cheetahs, red wolves, sand cats, and other species recognized as endangered.
Panda.
Currently, all meat tested from meals that SCP-971 provides are from animals that are commonly known endangered species to the general public. The food does not seem to cause any compulsion to eat it, nor does eating the endangered animal fast food meals cause any overt physical harm to the subjects eating it. Occasionally, other copies of SCP-971 are found outside of Foundation control. The scanned and printed copies of SCP-971 have the same abnormal properties of the original. These copies are to be confiscated and destroyed.
Yep.
Due to the lack of memetic effects or mobility from SCP-971, this SCP is considered safe and requires only minimal containment procedures. SCP-971 is kept in its labeled file folder and locked in the file cabinet 26 in Site-19's file vault when not being used for testing. Keys to both the file vault and file cabinet 26 are held by on-site senior administrative members, and access to SCP-971 for testing is allowed only with explicit written permission from Level 4 personnel or higher.
Okay.
Well, guys.
That was part 1.
Nah, I bet you that was a really long video.
Yeah, because when Sonic and Shadow Rat and Tuit and Silver, the videos were like, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes and something seconds.
Yeah, I bet you ours will either be 20 minutes or more.
But anyways, guys, we'll see you guys in part 2.
Yep, see you later, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, team.